Hello there and welcome back to another video here today. That last time in episode 20 is that we were the final 6 people left on the island that it about to be. That was almost about to go home was Bridget or Heather, and it came to say is that Bridget was safe and got to stay. And as for Heather, that she did not had a chance left, because Gwen helped her to stay on the island to be said and done to. So for now we get to check in with the losers that did not made it to the finals in the final 5 that will get to be soon to be the final 4, and let's find out about now. And this will only be about Izzy's reasons of why that she lost and is out of the game, which we are going to see from the campers to know who is going to vote off one of the people off the island. Like otherwise is that the only thing that you guys would notice is that there was a tie, that it was about to be 3 people being in a tie, that the only people who was about to be out and done was Duncan or Tyler or Izzy, that one of them could been out for this one. So let's see what the campers would want to say beforehand to know what they pick the only one person to be sent home. And the losers are here. That is today at the resort is Noah and Heather and Jeff and Courtney and Katie and Sadie and Justin and Trent and DJ and Lisha and Ezekiel and Beth and Owen and Harold and Evie and Lindsay and Cody, and then finally Heather again and lost. So what are we going to do here is, however, that the same goes is to only vote for one person to be out, and this says that the losers had now revealed their opinions in the remaining campers. And there is no jury. Plus all 17 losers will be sure to vote out one of the final 5 campers, as for Twisted to play out. And Chris and Chef will take that person home and will join the losers too. Now then let's jump into it. So the first person is Noah, that he's voting off to be is Gwen. Because Noah thinks that Gwen was like out back in episode 1, that she got sent home very early to start with her being out, and then he thinks that Gwen had already won the last time and real season of the show, when Noah does not care and wanted her off the island. That's why Noah is voting off Gwen. And it's 1 vote for Gwen from Noah. Next up is Jeff, and what did he voted for is that he voted off his Tyler, because he did not want it to vote off for Duncan or Bridget, and it would been a risky move for him if he did, and it's now 1 vote on Tyler from Jeff. Next is Courtney, and who did she voted for is Duncan, because she misses him very much to see him, so she voted for Duncan for some reason. And now it's 1 vote for Duncan from Courtney. Next up is Katie and Sadie, that they both voted for Tyler, because he may not get a great upcoming win this time, because he would nearly lose it and to be out of the island. That's why Katie and Sadie both voted for him, and that's 3 votes for Tyler. Next up is Justin, and he voted for Bridget because he thinks that she could not be near the end to win the money, and started to vote for her at some point to think that Justin would like to see another person to win that is not her, and that is 1 vote for Bridget from Justin. Next up is Trent, that he voted for Duncan, because he does not and liked him that much and started to voted for him, and that is 2 votes for Duncan from Trent. Next up is DJ, and he voted for Izzy, because he thinks that Izzy would unfairly try to win the money in a different default landslides of a chance to get Izzy to be in the final 2 and in the final 4 to win, and there's a vote from DJ to Izzy. Next up is Lisha, and she voted for Izzy, because she's too crazy to get this far to win in the final 4 and final 2 to get this far, so that's why 3 votes for Izzy from Lisha. Next up is Beth, and she voted for Izzy, because it would been fair for Beth to say that she wanted somebody else to win. Next up is Ezekiel, and voted for Bridget because he wanted her to be out of the island, voted off, and that's 2 votes for Bridget from Ezekiel. Next up is Owen, that he voted for Tyler because he would want to vote for him off the island by reason to do so, and votes for him, and that is 4 votes for Tyler from Owen. Next up is Harold, and he votes for Duncan because he wanted to see going home and off the island and does not want Duncan to win the money. That's 3 votes for Duncan from Harold. Next up is Eva, that she voted for Bridget because she hates her for some reason. That's why, and there is 3 votes for Bridget from Eva. Next up is Lindsay, and who did she voted for Izzy for no reason, and now there is 4 votes for Izzy from Lindsay. Next up is Cody, that he is voting for Duncan, because he agrees with Trent and Harold to vote him off the island and does not want him to win, and now there is 4 votes for Duncan. Then for last is Heather, that she is voting against Gwen, because she hates Gwen, while she was being out of the island, and that is now 2 votes for Gwen from Heather. So after all the votes were in, looks like that the votes were counted that Gwen got was 2 votes from Noah and Eva that voted for her. And then Bridget was voted against from Justin and Ezekiel and Eva. Then there was a tie that Tyler was being voted off by Jeff and Katie and Sadie and Owen to vote him off the island. And it comes to the same tie as Tyler and Izzy that Duncan was being voted off by Courtney and Trent and Harold and Cody that voted for Duncan. And then for last was that Izzy was being voted off by DJ and Lisha, Anna and Beth and Lindsay that voted for her. And it here to say that the only person that goes home to me is Izzy, that she loses and is out of the island and gets to join the losers with them in the resort. So anyways, looks like it will be soon time for the final 4 to be taken in place, and it now comes down to is Bridget and Tyler and Duncan and Gwen that is left in the island to go. And who do you think that's going to take it all and will win this? Find out here in Total Drama Island Simulator in part 20, and it's about to be part 21 next. And I got to say that this should get really good in the finals, as the final 4 is about to be ready to face off against each other next time. And without that being said, is that I'm past Duncan Gaming, and thank you for watching, and please be sure to give this video a like and comment and subscribe and the bell for more new videos as it comes out. And goodbye everybody, and see you later.